Stimulating capital markets as equity markets in China were in free fall as we were entering the summer months. Stabilizing those capital markets, very important in terms of the future trajectory of China. In addition to the capital markets, China also is leaning towards a service-based economic model away from the heavy reliance on the investment economic model. Some of their monetary policy stimulus is also oriented on stabilizing their growth profile as it keeps things at bay as they've moved half of their 1.4 billion citizen base into urban areas, keeping social unrest at bay. So Fed rate hikes and capital markets as we are here today in November certainly looks like the Fed is potentially making their first move in December of this year. A very generous Fed has been one of the major propellants behind what has been an S&P 500 that's delivered more than 200% since 2009. Now with the Fed moving, part of that stimulus in terms of, you think of asset value formulation, discounting of cash flows, now you're getting not a tailwind in terms of asset valuation, you're getting a headwind. So the Fed move changes the regime change changes the regime where we've been, where the Fed hasn't moved really since 2006. This change creates volatility in terms of asset valuation due to these considerations. Our message to clients in a world where the world was working together in 2008 with synchronous global monetary policy, and now here we are at a very different moment in time where the Fed looks getting ready to move, while Mario Draghi in Europe looks to be upping his rhetoric around quantitative easing, and certainly Japan not backing away from their quantitative easing. Our simple message is to think globally. It's not only a fixed income message where different central banks at different stages of the monetary policy cycle, more accommodative outside the US, more hawkish inside the US. By expanding a global net, you can participate in equity-like returns, but lower the standard deviation by a great deal. One approach to managing volatility is a global allocation fund that Rowe Price came out with several years ago. So it's a global balance fund, to put it in more simple terms. 60-40 is the balance, 60% global equities, 40% fixed income. I should define that more. 30% global fixed income, 10% synthetic fixed income to mute some of that volatility. That expands your net to equity markets across the globe, different valuations, different diversification. It also exposes you on the fixed income side to that divergent monetary policy where you want some interest rate sensitivity, but you want it from more accommodative parts of the world as opposed to the Fed looking to increase interest rates.